Hey everyone, so by now you've probably heard of my new indicator called Trend Fusion. If you haven't, go to my Tradingview crypto scripts and check it out, and you can see exactly a description that I have of it and what it does. But basically you can see it catches the major trends. So in this video I'm going to tell you how you can use it and how you can combine it with other indicators to help tag those good entry points. So first, let's go and look at the 1 hour. I did make it for the 1 hour time frame, mainly for Ethereum, but it does work in other cryptos and other time frames. But again, you'll see it is very, very nicely tailored to the 1 hour time frame. So looking at Ethereum here, 1 hour Binance, you can see here, it caught the trend August 31st, whenever we had that trend up from Ethereum from 3,200 all the way up to over 4,000. It caught that whole move, and you can see here that if you didn't get in on August 31st, it gave you another entry on September 2nd to still catch over a $300 move here. And you can see here it kept flashing these long signals, but then it flashed this short signal. That was the first short signal in over a week. So you can see here that short signal it flashed would have got you in the next candle at 3,900. Then you could have rode that all the way down to this low of below $3,000. So that is $1,000 move that it would have got you in. And then look, it hasn't flashed any long signals. It would have got you in another short entry here at 34.64, rode that all the way down to 31.42. And then you can see here it did flash some longs and shorts afterwards. And then it got you in this other long entry here at 33.10, wrote that all the way up to 3,700. So you can see it is catching a lot of these big moves, and it catches a lot of these big shorts that we've had recently. You can see here we've had a big downturn on ETH again, and you can see it got that short and it got it before this big candle here. You would have entered at 3,058 and then rode that all the way down to current prices. Now, again, you can see a lot of times, it does go back and forth a few times. So although it does catch these big trends, the only fault is it can go back and forth and basically a lot of chop. That's what people have a lot of problems with these trend indicators are, hey, they can catch the big moves, but how can I help filter out? Well, I'm going to help you with that as well. So first, let's go ahead and bring up another EMA. Let's bring up the 200 EMA. So all you have to do is go to indicator, search EMA, and then basically go to the input settings and change it to 200 days. So we'll go ahead and have that. And basically we can see here that anytime that the trend, or I should say the price action, is above the 200 EMA, then you can take longs. Okay, that works pretty well here. And you can see once we get a short entry here, then we can wait until it crosses below the 200 EMA, and you can see we can enter our short entry there. So you can see that is one strategy. Basically, if it's over the 200 EMA, only take longs. If it's below the 200 EMA, only take shorts. Okay, that's one strategy. Now, we can layer in another indicator of mine called the MFI Pro. So the MFI Pro, what that's doing is basically telling where the money flow is. Okay, so basically what we can do here is, okay, if the MFI Pro is flashing a short signal and you're in a long position, kind of look at exiting that position or taking some profit. So you can see here, if you would have entered a long, it would have flashed a short signal. Maybe you would have gotten out around here. And then right now you've taken this long here, but look, we're over the 200 EMA. So we're continuing on. It flashes a short signal here. So again, take some profits on this next candle here. Flashes another short signal. So maybe start taking profits along this area and maybe keep a little for the ride. So then look, we flash another long, holding that, and then look at this, it flashes another sell signal here, and it flashed it right at the top there. So that would have got you out at the peak top, and then basically waiting for this short entry, which again, waiting until you get below the 200 EMA to take that, and you could have taken that. Now, vice versa as far as the longs for the MFI. So again, you can start taking some profits when you start getting these long signals. Okay, take little profits, right here, which you would have entered right here. So this next long, you have taken some profits around this area, and then this long, you have taken some profits as well on the short. But then you flashed another short on the trend fusion indicator, and it would have continued downward. So again, you can see how this is a good combination of stuff. This long here, you're below the 200 EMA, so you would have not taken this long on the trend fusion. Again, long below it, but then the short, you would have taken that. Now this long, you technically would not have taken this until it crosses above the 200 EMA. Then you would have gotten in at this point at 34.09, and you could have rode that up all the way up to 3,700. So still a good point there. Then MF5 started to flash some sells, possibly start to layer out, and look what happened. It went back down. And then basically you can see here that the long did not play out as well, but this short basically would have got in below the 200 EMA and then basically rode that down, taking profits along the way because the MFI did flash some buys here. So again, this is a good method that I like to use and one that I've recently found that works pretty well. Again, backtest it yourself, use it for other indicators, but I do find this works really well. Now, a lot of people also ask, okay, how does the trend fusion indicator compare to the whales buy sell indicator? Because they do see some basically comparisons. So I'm going to go ahead and hide the EMA, and then I'm actually going to hide the trend fusion so you can actually see it versus the whales buy sell. So the whales buy sell actually flashes more signal, so it's even more back and forth than the trend fusion. Now, look, it would have got you in this short here, but again, it flashed a buy shortly after, and then it flashed a sell again. Versus we can go ahead and put back the trend fusion. You can see it's a little bit more spaced out and it doesn't go back and forth. If it's in a long, if the trend is still long, it's going to keep flashing long indications until it flips short and then goes short. So again, that is one thing I like about the trend fusion indicator. It is a great indicator. It's multi-time frame as well. So you can change the time frames on these 3 different moving averages. For example, you can display the 15-minute moving average on this indicator while you're on the hourly chart. Okay, so you can have like the 5-minute 200 EMA, the 15-minute 200 EMA, and the hourly 200 EMA all on the same chart. So that's something that I really like about this indicator, and it flashes the sell whenever the first EMA crosses below the other 2 EMAs, and then vice versa for long. So that's why it helps. It's unique. It keeps you in that trend for longer, and again, you can help layer out with the MFI Pro, or also only target your entries when you do have the 200 EMA up. So I like this method. Again, if you want to purchase the trend fusion indicator, go ahead and send me a message on Tradingview. DM me. I will answer all my messages, or you can message me on Twitter. You can see up there at CryptoScripts1. And then as well, you can leave a comment below in the YouTube channel. I'll have descriptions and links to my Tradingview and Twitter as well in the comments. So with that, if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like. I really appreciate it. I'm going to continue to come out with more indicators in the future with more explanations on how to use them. So hopefully it helps you guys out. But till next time, thanks for watching.